What's going on, everybody? This is Jay Mundane of the X Factor Sports Podcast, doing another pop up this week. Told you they're gonna keep coming every week, sometimes twice a week if we got stories to talk about. If you haven't noticed, there is an invite for everybody to check out the X Factor Sports Podcast. It is coming in May. It's May 17th on Wednesday, 7 p.m. That's when the show will air Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on YouTube and on Facebook Live. You can see the ticker at the bottom. So we are getting wrapped up. We're ramping up to get this thing started. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on these pop-ups leading up to the date. So I got another one for you guys this week. This is going to be a longer pop-up this time because we're running some tests. We're doing some production. We want to make sure the camera looks good. We want to make sure everything is smooth on this end. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. Got three topics I want to talk about. The first one, Ja Morant. All right. All the stories have come out, or at least we think they have, about what's been going on with Ja Morant as far as the gun incident, traveling on the road to the game in Colorado, going to the strip club, all these things, going to a rehab center in Florida, or if you want to call it a recovery center, whatever you want to do to kind of get his mind right. Everything has led up to this point. So Adam Silver in the NBA has suspended Ja Morant for 8 games without pay. He's already served 6. He's already missed 6 games. So he served 6 in that 8-game suspension. He's eligible to come back Monday on the 20th. If he's ready to go, they'll let him go. So hopefully he got the help he needed. Just a little slip, maybe a setback for a major comeback. We'll see what it is with Ja Morant, but he's a great player. We want to see him playing again. We'll see if anything else comes of that. But as it stands now, there were no criminal charges. It was just, Ja Morant kind of did a little slip up, had a wild couple months, and now he's back to it. So let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. Again, like I said, this is recording live on the Facebook page, the X Factor Sports Podcast. Also on YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel, you can leave comments there as well. And I always hit you back. We can have a nice little conversation off to the side, whatever y'all want to do, but like having this feedback back and forth about the show. So Aaron Rodgers. What else is there to say about Aaron Rodgers? So he just basically came out today and said he wants to be a New York Jet. The first thing that popped in my head when I saw he said he wanted to be a New York Jet is the more you try to not be like somebody, the more you become that person, right? So Brett Favre, he's going down the same path as a guy he did not want to be like, right? He had to sit for 3 years, just like Jordan Love had to sit behind him. He had to sit 3 years behind Brett Favre. Brett Favre comes out publicly. It's not my job to train Aaron Rodgers or to make him better. My job is to play football. Aaron Rodgers does the same thing 20-some years later. It's not my job to train Jordan Love or mentor him. I'm out here to win football games. They both win one Super Bowl early in their career. Fast forward is a bunch of highlights, MVPs, but didn't get it done after that. Now he's about to become a New York Jet, pending controversy with him wanting to retire every offseason. Reminds you of number 4 in green back in the 90s and early 2000s, right? So the more that you try to not be like somebody, the more you become that person. And that's what's coming to fruition right now for Aaron Rodgers. He wants to be a New York Jet. Who knows? In his career, he might end up playing for the Minnesota Vikings. But that's yet to be seen. But let me know what you guys think about that. Aaron Rodgers wants to be a New York Jet. He gave them his quote-unquote wish list of players he wants to play with. Me personally, if you got thin skin in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where there aren't very many people that live up there, I can't imagine what your skin will be like living in New York, playing for a Jets team that ain't been good and you trying to make them good, dealing with the New York media. I don't know if that'll be a good thing for him. We'll see. I mean, the Buffalo Bills will probably beat up on him twice a year. So will the Dolphins. We'll see what happens with that. Crazy stuff. Last thing I want to get into, March Madness, of course. We are on the eve of March Madness, the 68 teams. We actually got 4 of the teams playing tonight to get into that 64 bracket tomorrow morning. I'm excited. Of course, I got brackets filled out. So you know I wanted to come and talk to y'all about that. March Madness, want to know who you guys think will win. Matter of fact, I don't even want to know who y'all think gonna win. Everybody's gonna probably pick a number one seed or their favorite teams or things like that. What I want to know is dark horse. So who do you guys feel like in this tournament? Because it's wide open. I mean, anybody can win. I mean, Arizona's strong. They're a 2 seed. Marquette's a 2 seed. Like the 2 seeds look just as good as the number ones. But I want to know what the dark horse is or who you guys think a dark horse. My dark horse in this year's March Madness bracket, is UConn. That's right. The UConn Huskies. Nobody's been talking about them all year. They're back in the Big East, coached by Dan Hurley. If you guys, the last name Hurley may ring a bell because of Bob Hurley. For the older guys that have watched sports your whole life or back in the day, Dan Hurley's the older brother of Bobby Hurley. So he's the coach of UConn, been there for a couple years now. They're my dark horse team. I got them going to the Final Four. They're 25-8. They played in the tough Big East Conference. Marquette won the conference tournament and they won the regular season. That's why they got the 2 seed. But matchup-wise, they play hard. They play good defense. They got scores at all 3 levels. UConn Huskies, I'm looking at them to make a nice run in the tournament. They got a favorable bracket. I think they're a 4 seed. They got a favorable side of the bracket. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them make it to a Final Four. But that's my dark horse team. So let me know what y'all think. The X Factor Sports Podcast is coming in May 17th. Everybody got the invite. Go ahead and subscribe to YouTube early. Go ahead and jump on the X Factor Sports Podcast Facebook page. Also follow the Instagram and TikTok. Check me out. I got something big brewing here. I want everybody to be a part of it. And the show starts, like I said, May 17th, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We will be rocking. And we're going and we're talking about everything. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be guests on the show. It's going to be a whole nother personality. A lot of you guys haven't seen me show. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to do these pop-ups. And y'all can check me out. The X Factor Sports Podcast is coming. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and accept the request on Facebook and comment. Who is your dark horse in this year's March Madness men's bracket? In the women's side, we already know what Don Staley about to do. They finna run through. This is the Don Staley invitation on the women's side. So let me know on the men's side what y'all think. I got UConn Huskies as my dark horse. This is Jay Mundane signing out. Appreciate y'all checking in. Peace.